Hello everyone, welcome back to the ESL One European Offline Qualifiers. I'm Jason Kaplan, joined by the lovely Pansy, and we have a treat for you. It's going to be OverGaming up against KILLERFISH. It's going to be an exciting game. KILLERFISH, the team that really surprised us coming into this with a strong start, getting a win against Flipside.
Yeah, KILLERFISH actually looking pretty darn good, and I've been keeping tabs on them, just seeing, you know, how they're decided to do and how they look during these games, and they're actually sitting like pretty close to where we are, so we can kind of see what they're looking like. And the way they've been acting is like super pumped up, super confident, super loud. Like, I mean, I was watching the interview after the Flipside game, and those guys were warming up, like bouncing around the chairs, having a great time. So they're clearly in like good spirits, having a good time. And
the question that I was talking to Demon about was KILLERFISH. You know, it's kind of going to be a puggy style of them. Schneider coming into the team. Yeah. But with a big win against Flipside, we were wondering, are they that strong of a team? Is this the Schneider effect? Is this how good he can make a team? Because KILLERFISH, we just recast them in the ESL Meisterschaft not too long ago, and they were very lackluster.
Look, I'm going to put it this way. I remember casting Schneider back a long time ago. This guy, when he gets it, there's like a mood almost he gets in, right? There's like a mindset. I don't know what happens, but he just goes full beast mode, and he's so goddamn good at events. I can't say it enough. That guy is absolutely awesome. And I think if he can keep that sort of performance up into this game, he's a huge factor.
And I was actually looking over the stats they had against Flipside. We had Schneider at 23-20 in that game, Tossin at 26-20. Actually, everyone across the team playing really well. Everyone having about 20 frags except Johnny, who was at 16-21. And then look at their game they played up against Kingwin, which unfortunately didn't go their way. It was on cash, a 16-8 scoreline for Kingwin. Again, you had Tossin at the top, 18-21, so a real standout player to join in with Schneider. Maybe this is a two-man team that really works out well.
So the guy who was the loudest at the start was Tossin. He was the guy like on his chair, like, you know, ready to go almost, talking to Schneider the whole time and being like just super confident, super chilled out, but, you know, kind of in their face. But on the other side of things, there's a team that I haven't even looked at that much yet, but some of their players are so damn good as well.
Yeah, OverGaming, the team that they're going to be up against, is going to be an interesting one. Again, they went 9 rounds against Innotus, 9-6 on the first half of Dust 2. Then, unfortunately, they didn't win a single round on T-side. So Dust 2 may be something they want to stray away from if they do advance further on into the tournament. And I was actually looking, you know, who's the real stand-up player of the team, you know, and it's basically anyone. Mutt and Loa, pretty standard play out of them. Had some, pretty good scorelines against Peter. And then again, like the third man can really change depending on the playstyle. RMN had some good results as well.
Yeah, I remember casting Mutt a long time ago when he was still, I think he was in Kick with Fox actually back in the day. So, very talented players, actually quite experienced. So you're going to have some really experienced players kind of slipping into these lineups. Obviously, Schneider on an international level, let's say, obviously, KILLERFISH play a hell of a lot in the German EPS back in the day, or the Meisterschaft now. And for OverGaming, I'm not too aware of Blade, Lowell, or Aguila, how much they play during their own maybe events. But of course, Mutt has played so many.
Yes, he has. And where we go, guys, kicking off our game here. It's going to be all Mirage, KILLERFISH up against OverGaming. And this map, it's actually one of my favorites, and still will always be one of my favorites just because of how cool of a map it is. And I think it's going to come down to this early knife round. Who's going to get that CT side, or actually even T side? German teams always really weird in the sides that they'd like to start on. But let's talk about the map in general. You know, KILLERFISH, Schneider, it's a map that you can, I want to say, play relatively puggy in. Like, you know the set executes on the sides, you know how easy it is, but it comes down to your teamwork and how well you can trade frags on that T side. And not to mention retakes, a very key point when it comes to this map.
Oh, massive point. So I think it may not just be, the tactical side, but the synergy of it all. So OverGaming picking up the knife there, so they'll be able to choose which side they want to go on towards. And I'm actually not sure what they'd actually want here. They may go for that T side to go for the warm-up start, but then again,
things over.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I think they're just joking again. These guys, everyone's so cheerful here. What the hell's going on? This isn't CS.
I mean, the loser of this game, just to read it for you guys at home, is out. Like, you won't have a chance to qualify for this major. Winner goes on to play a little bit later on, but this isn't going to be an easy game. You know, we saw Penta, one of the first teams going home. Peter, OverGaming, sent them out. You know, it's a shame to see these teams that we were looking forward to seeing into the major not get there yet again, but it's cutthroat.
That's as simple as it is.
It is.
This is the qualifier. This is for the major, the biggest event. There's no sugarcoating this one. If you can't perform here, don't even think you can perform at majors. Let's be honest. This isn't that pressured. There's no huge crowd staring you. There's not 100,000 people watching the stream at the very start of the day. This is an environment where players should be able to find their footing.
Not to mention playing in front of, was it 13 to 17,000 people at the Land 6 Arena?
I'm nervous just hearing that number.
Yeah, that numbers are really difficult. But here we go, kicking off the pistol round. We will have over on the CT side, it's going to be OverGaming. KILLERFISH over on the T side. They already had a phenomenal start beating Flipside 16-14 on this map prior. Can they do it again? Can they keep their hopes alive? Or can OverGaming upset them and get through into this next round? Here we go.
And that pistol start is so important just to get the ball rolling. These days, as we know, pistol rounds initially aren't so imperative. And looking at that map, you can see Tars in there, just sitting back waiting. So, of course, B's could be the site to be pressured and have the attention drawn toward, and the bomb will go down toward A. And saying the initial pistol isn't as important, not the obviously the ones flying off the back compared to what they used to be. But Tarsin, this is working. Mutt and Aguila are both leaving A. Tarsin should be able to get the bomb down. I'm almost wanting to ignore what's going on B, but they're actually winning out on that B site. And now Tarsin's going to plant for short, and they're going to have to take on Mutt, who's been working the way up.
And they're going to think the bomb is B as well, and that's going to be 2 men left alive over at the B site. But look at that, Tarsin give away his position. They know the bomb is now A. They're rotating back. This is forcing the rest of his team to hurry up and help him out.
Yeah, Schneider's going to have to do some good work here. He's keeping the guy busy on short. That's Mutt. And now RMN is coming around the back, going through CT. Tarsin could deal with him in one shot here, but he does have the def kit, and Mutt has completely left it alone. Tarsin now surrounded on both sides. The defuse comes in. Tarsin denies it. That's RMN down, and Tarsin finally gets picked up. But Schneider spamming through the smoke. It doesn't matter anymore. Surely there's not enough time. And he gets the kill. Brilliant start.
And with that kill coming at the end too, that's going to solidify things. And you can hear OverGaming just cheering away, you know, how much, sorry, that was KILLERFISH cheering away at how much this game really means to them, picking up that pistol. A good start for them. That was a really risky play too, considering that they sent the bomb by itself over towards A. Like, if he dies, if he got pushed on.
So goddamn risky. Like, it was almost fortunate the way that panned out. The way it kind of like unfolded was so fortunate. But still, 3-1-1 split. Robson just going through underpass, going to try and get some control in mid. Schneider, a little bit of early damage, but nothing too crazy so far. And already the MAC-10s are out.
Well, let's see if they can pick up a lot of money off this. Schneider pick up the first kill onto Mutt, forcing Blade to back away. And they're going for that full middle control. Toss even going up towards A-ramp just to cause a couple of back kills onto him. But still a lot of men here on the side. However, again, they're not out just yet. Low picks up the first kill onto Johnny. Schneider able to respond on a second, gets the third. This man is racking up the dollar bills. Even gets the fourth. Can he pull off the ace? As Aguila is the last man alive.
Toss in.
All good. He's still got so much damn money from that. And he's going to see at 7,000 into the third round. This is a good start for KILLERFISH. Again, I'm really confused at how we got to this map, but there's a point you want to make.
And the CT side can't really buy into this, so he's going to stick on the MAC-10 again and probably make more money. Like, at the end of this, he is going to be loaded. If he gets even like 1 more kill, 2 more kills, he's golden.
The thing is, we really question picking up a person this close to like a major, to the qualifier.
Yeah,
like, we really were wondering,
so risky.
Is it going to work out? And clearly Schneider's been able to really help the team excel to another level. Again, we cast them at the ESL Meisterschaft. They were very lackluster then, but they're off to a strong start here up against OverGaming. Schneider pushing straight to the side. Johnny picks up a kill. Schneider getting dinked up twice from different angles. And it looks like the bomb will get planted momentarily, completely smoking them off. And look at that, Lowy coming from the side for CT. We'll get some dinks, we'll get some damage in, but Blade able to respond, finally picking up 1. This is looking like it's going all KILLERFISH's way. RMN, the last man alive. And KILLERFISH get that strong 3-0 start. Look at 9,000 for Schneider. 7-0 into the 4th round. You have such a big bank off the back of that. Like, even if you do lose this round, you're still good to go.
And I think he's going to be feeling pretty confident after that start. But OverGaming now on the buy. That's what I want to see. What can they now do with the weaponry in their hands? What sort of pain can they inflict towards KILLERFISH? And really, Tony going for a little bit of a cheeky peek towards A. And actually, the smoke didn't fully cover it at the start. He could still maybe caught a glimpse of Mutt crossing toward connector. But Johnny and Schneider taking their time towards the top of mid, just in case there was an aggressive play coming up. And KILLERFISH really slowing the pace down. Yeah, and this is where the map gets really interesting to see how teams like to hold it, CT or T side. Are they going to go for the middle control? We see a lot of teams give that one away. We see teams like Team Immunity just this last weekend at the Asian Offline Qualifiers go for that full control almost every single time until they were completely pushed against them and shown that, you know, we're going to really contest this area. But KILLERFISH on the gun round, OverGaming as well. They do have the op on Aguila. And this is very similar to how they played out their first kind of, at least, you know, the SMG buy-up, sending Robson through underpass and then working toward A, and it's working out again. What? Schneider just walks the hell in. He doesn't care. Lowly finally shuts him down, but it's still a 4v3.
I wonder if this is no respect play coming to KILLERFISH. We'll get into that after this round. I would assume Johnny coming around the corner towards middle. He's going to pick up an easy kill. The bomb is still back towards the top of mid, though. So not going to be getting the plant anytime soon. Johnny, he's going to pick up that one every day of the week. And Blade, the last man alive, will fall. And KILLERFISH, a team ace coming in. Now, no respect play. We talk about that time and time again, and it's really such a critical thing when it comes to these games. If you know you're better than the other team and you feel like you're better, if you play with no respect, they can't get a good read on you. But you have to be careful because playing no respect is very difficult to do. It's very easy to mess up and let the other team get back in the game.
And the one thing that jumped out to me a little bit was the way Schneider peeked out of Palace toward a little earlier. He was just with the Tech 9, I think, and he actually played ahead of the smokes they put down. And that's something I saw KIB do a hell of a lot with Dig on their T side. But look at this, Robson straight in, OverGaming just with pistols beside them. They've got a Deagle, a 5-7 hero there. And RMN showing you how it's done there. A little cheeky 1D comes out to play, but not much more to be found from
Schneider,
that
though,
one,
still top of middle. RMN is going to spot him out, and that's an easy kill for Schneider yet again. They're going to get that B side. They're going to get the bomb down. Not going for the flank, though, in B halls. As Lowy will be picked off towards Kitchen. And Tony is waiting. Does spot him out there. Misses the shot, but they know exactly where he's missing the second. This is a little bit worrisome for me. And he will eventually fall, but he's going to be flanked from the backside much. Should be able to pick up much more off of this. And they should be KILLERFISH picking up the 5-0. But again, the bomb hasn't been planted, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think a player might have dropped out then, so we might just need a second from return. Not too sure. I think it's all okay.
It looks like he reconnected during his death anyways.
That's
but
perfect.
5-0 start for KILLERFISH. This is looking good. We haven't seen really any big set strats, kind of puggy, just play it out, pick up some kills and work off that. It's not real set plays so far.
Yeah, we've seen one smoke towards stairs. I think that's all I've seen, really. This will be the full A, but this is different. Mutt has gone aggressive mid, and actually this time they're not playing passively. And KILLERFISH for the 1-for-1 exchange. I'm not sure if that's even worth it just yet.
Well, the man that did go down was Schneider, too, who's been so impactful for KILLERFISH so far. But OverGaming trying to get some momentum going, trying to get some kills. They finally realized KILLERFISH are going for the early middle control. So let's meet them halfway, and Robson getting boosted into window. There's not going to be a man there to defend. But there is Lowy rotating over towards when you can see him just crawling through with that X-ray. Not going to be looking towards that direction. Aguila picks up a kill onto Johnny. That was over towards the middle from Tollbooth. And now Robson is in a position to put on the pain. But will he be given the opportunity? Lowly, he's still just watching this corner, trying to watch towards short, and Robson, he's feeling his chance. He comes around the corner, he doesn't get the kill. Lowly does pick that one up. And this is looking finally good for OverGaming.
Yeah, Mutra's got a hell of a lot of information, pushing down toward ramp, keeping his eyes on that. Blade's pushed up quite far as well toward B, so they kind of have a fairly decent idea as to where KILLERFISH may be, and they're slowly encroaching towards that B side, but great work from Tarsim comes out, finds one,
Blade.
But will they expect Blade? Blade waits, doesn't take the shot toward the first. Smart play. Molly comes out, but can he do anything now? He might have left it a little too late, but no. Finds Tarsim, but the jumping Tech 9 is going to come out to play, and Tony doing the damage, but now just Tony. 1v2. That was a little fortunate. They didn't roll any further, but Tony misses the shot. He gets the follow-up. Mud goes down, but the quick play from Aguila comes out with that USPS and picks it up. But that was so damn close.
Tony picking up 3 in the round, almost closing it out, getting them around on the board to 6, but they finally respond, and that was off the back of Aguila having some really good shots. He was over towards Tollbooth, picked up one towards middle, rotated back towards B and helped out, and Blade, that could have gone really pear-shaped for them if he missed that shot, if he got taken down from the man towards Van. But luckily he was able to go for the 1-for-1 trade. Tony, though, not going to connect the shot onto Mutt. And I feel like he's been, I don't know, I want to say a little bit nervous, but there's so many lands that happen in Germany, so it's not like it can be land nerves, but he's missed a lot of shots that, maybe otherwise he wouldn't have.
But this is a different play from KILLERFISH now. They look like they're going to go for the standard A. Yeah,
it's like, all right, you want a round? All right, we'll play a little bit more standard now. We'll play an actual round out. And Dawson does pick up a kill in middle as he does fall as well. The KILLERFISH smoke's coming in. They're looking to go straight towards Aguila's completely flat or smoked off. Going to be going for the peek over towards Tollbooth, though. And he does get the tag on a Johnny.
Yeah, once again, Schneider did play slightly ahead of the smokes then just so he can molly down towards Dark, but found nothing, as really OverGaming are playing pretty passive. Their playing was for the retakes. They make a couple of peeks by Tollbooth, but here we go. Tony and Johnny pick up 2 kills, opening this one up, but the bomb is down. And look at RMN. He's starting to peer in. He's starting to wonder. He catches a glimpse of Tony, but Schneider finds one, and finally RMN finds a bit of a reply, but he's lining them up and knocking them down, but RMN just fell at the last second, and Johnny did close. These guys are so hyped up.
Something about pants.
Oh, Schneider's like trying to be like the most Swedish guy in the world, like not even cracking a smile next to this guy.
All right, well, KILLERFISH, they do pick up that round. That could have went completely different, though. Johnny, I think he just barely picked up that round. Sorry, men ran out of bullets, but here we go. Back into the save out of OverGaming. 6-1 for KILLERFISH. And Tosin feeling as confident as ever as he's pushing into the side. Mutt forced to go back towards Connector, and they're giving this up. They're going for the retake, maybe some exit kills, and they're also trying to rush down Robson in middle, who has that gun.
Yeah, and they should be able to get this away, I can imagine. Actually, yeah, they do. Robson goes down. Mutt will get a gun towards his hand, and certainly no armor to really help it out, but still, not a bad little way to get out of this one. Tosin already starting to look for any stragglers who are hanging around trying to get the flank on. Does find Blade, but the others, I'm not sure how much they can achieve out of this.
Well, does have the AK save though, and looks like they're going to try to chase it down.
Tosin and Johnny aren't far.
Do they know he's there though? It looks like they're set up for Molotov. I don't know he's in halls just yet. The bomb is taken away. Oh, a perfect flashbang comes in. Mutt does get the turn onto it though. Picks up the kill on Tosin. Gonna be rushed down by Johnny. And looks like Johnny will pick up the kill, get the gun out of his hands, most importantly, and he will maintain his own. So they do deny OverGaming any sort of gun into this next round and take the lead 7-1. I think we're seeing the team and how damn good they were against Flipside earlier on against Mirage, or on Mirage, when that's one of Flipside's strongest maps.
Yeah, it's the M word, isn't it? Momentum. It just seems like they have it. As soon as they started, it was just pure hype, pure back-to-back rounds, sheer confidence, playing ahead of the smokes, and they're reading the economy of the opponent so well as well.
Is that just Schneider, though, putting ahead of the smokes?
Hold on, Mutt and Lowly pushing out through mid. This could be dangerous. Mutt's already found one. Lowly chimes in with a second. This is causing the T-side so much trouble.
They're rushing straight towards B, though. Blade's going to be the only man to defend against the two-man squad has come through. He does get spotted out. They're not connected to the shots. He's somehow staying alive and hasn't even been hit. He will pick up one, but he won't pick up the second. The bomb in the hands of Johnny, but now he's by himself up against 4 as Tony's still in the top of middle. And he's going to have to buy some time. He needs to pick up some kills. He's looking for the spray. He can't connect, unfortunately. Now be Tony left alive by himself with a minute to go. And 4 men to find. Oh, that nade perfectly landed on his toes. And with 2 HP, he'll be rushed down. OverGaming, both the rounds that they're winning, it's because they're getting really aggressive in middle and not letting KILLERFISH feel so confident. Now they're not screaming anymore.
Yeah, a lot quieter there. 2-7 though. And the money built up, still pretty prolific with the T-side. They're still okay. Robson going to pick up the AK as well, I can imagine. Possibly dropped out to him, but still. This is a great start for KILLERFISH. They can be confident with this already. If they pick up any more, it's a bonus in my eyes, at least. Let's see what they can do. No aggressive mid-play coming out from the CTs this time. RMN and Blade taking control of B again. They like to be quite aggressive, assertive with the control they take here.
They're trying to take away a lot of control of the map. And we see that on a lot, like Inferno maps, but I'm actually surprised at how much Blade has been pushing up in B halls time and time again. He's going to catch out Robson. He most certainly should be able to land this shot. Robson coming in for the challenge, and there's the easy kill for Blade. A little bit of trade up to an AK. And again, this is limiting how much KILLERFISH can really use on this map. But the push has come through. Tosin walking straight through the smoke. He's got Schneider off towards Palace, the two-man squad. Going to take control of this A side, but the bomb is still in the top of middle. Schneider has been Molotov back. And Lowy is actually still over towards middle. Armen in towards CPL as well. And Tosin gonna go for the charge. He's going straight for the trade kill, or maybe just the entry frag, but it's gonna be really tough. He spots him up towards stairs, but not gonna go for the shot just yet. He will finally look for it, but he can't connect. And Johnny able to get one as Mutt does shut down Tosin. There goes Schneider as well. And Tony now in a 2-on-2. Quickly turned into a 1-on-2 by himself in window. The bomb is nowhere near him. He has to pick up both these kills.
Yeah, he won't be allowed through either, as Aquila will close down the round for the CTs, getting their 3rd on the board, but it's still getting so close, it feels. It feels these rounds are not clear-cut in any way towards OverGaming. When they pick them up, it's certainly scraped together, but still, they do have the 3 on the board. If they can get a few more, maybe there's a little something to be worked out on their T side, but dangerous predicament to be in. We're seeing pretty much a bit of a mixed buy up there. Just the Glock for Schneider, nothing with it. Tech 9 for Robson, and a couple of P250s.
Again, OverGaming even looking for the potential control over towards B halls, but not able to pick up 2 towards Palace. The spray coming out of RMN on a Johnny. And OverGaming, well, we talked about the M where you talked about momentum, and there certainly is help building this up. You can see Schneider trying to see through the smoke up the bottom. And this is a clean round. This is what OverGaming haven't really been able to achieve too much.
Yeah, and they can really do for a round like this. Maybe overdue a little Blade. Oh. Just like, bunny hopping over his head almost, but a nice little pop flash. Could and should shut this down. He wasn't actually flashed, but RMN will find the kill, and OverGaming will get 4 on the board here. Now, I want to see them get a convincing gun round on the board for me. That's what I'd really like to see. Maybe just see what they can really offer, because so far it's not that I haven't been impressed by them. It's just I haven't seen them looking able to compete just yet.
Yeah, I would hands down agree with that. I think Tony has a bind in there. But 7-4, OverGaming, they're limiting the rounds that KILLERFISH has been able to pick up now from a 7-1 scoreline to a 7-4.
Oh,
nice tag to Johnny in middle. But Tossin able to open up over towards A again. Lily able to respond this time. It seems like they're trying to make OverGaming play really aggressive and out of the way that they normally would hold, you know, kind of standard. And it's been throwing them off.
It really has been 4v4 though. Johnny's so low at the start. And I want to see how they now work from mid in towards one of these bomb sites. So far they've got a smoke towards short, a smoke in window. They're working up connector. No one's actually on short for the CT side. RMN and Lowly are working through jungle, trying to get some sort of presence there, but smoke holds them up. This is buying time. Schneider gets caught out there in window. Needs to be careful. He's so low now, and the T side are being worked down. It looks like when maybe OverGaming slow it down, play a little more passively, it becomes a much harder task for KILLERFISH.
Not to mention, KILLERFISH aren't able to just rush straight through smokes like this whole Schneider do in connector in one of the earlier rounds. Aguila and Lowly both going to be in a key spot when this push comes in towards A. 30 seconds to go. Lowly will have them off to a side, get the spray down onto two fantastic headshots. Now looking for the third on Johnny, he gets him down. Single-handedly shuts down the push. Now Schneider with 3 HP with 20 seconds left, looking to save this gun.
They might actually have a fairly decent idea where he is as well. I'm not too sure.
They should, because they saw him from window. They shot him down. I think RMN's coming to check.
He's got 10 seconds. Yeah, it looks quite like they know where he is. He's put... Oh, RMN. A little bit of a moment of panic then when he did that, but still. Close out the round, but again, OverGaming, once they start playing a little bit more passively and just, you know, say, all right, you guys want mid control and we're not going to be able to challenge you on it, okay, we'll just hold every choke point we can. It seems to work a little better for them.
And we talked about the no respect play. It looks like KILLERFISH are finally giving that respect to OverGaming after being shut down the last few rounds. We'll be back on the save. Going for the Tech 9s, a couple P250s in the regular body armor. And 4 smokes, funny enough. So, I'm expecting them to try to smoke off towards being at a plant, maybe inside of it. You can see them all lined up, ready to go in towards the site. Armin's already pushed up middle. He's going to come in from behind potentially. He's already gained so much information, but Blade, as Molotov comes in, will delay it for a little bit of time. And OverGaming, they've gained so much info alone. Just off of that one single push towards middle. And you can see KILLERFISH, like they want to go towards B, but they keep getting smoked, flashed off at the push. It's still being delayed. A minute left on the clock.
Tarsin isn't going B though. You can see on the X-ray the little guy running around the back. That's Tarsin, and he is not going to that B side. He's going A with Johnny. It's Aguila and Mutt to hold on to this. Tony and Robson going through underpass. They're going to try and make a quick A play, but sure, this can't work out. Aguila's tagged up though, but Johnny and Tarsin, last two standing, they're going to try and make a play.
Tossin could get the op out of that. Johnny secures one as well. Tries to go for the bomb plant, but he does fake it out. So a man up towards stairs, a man towards CT. And OverGaming get one step closer to tying things up. And Pansy, I was really afraid of having a stomp when that 7-1 scoreline came around, but
you and me both.
OverGaming, they're stepping up. They're really putting in the work, and they're starting to finally figure out how KILLERFISH are playing and have ways to counter it.
I kind of want to see if KILLERFISH have another level to go to. Do they have like the next step? Because so far it seems they have that kind of aggressive play. And then they have the, you know, Schneider goes through through Palace play and a lot of mid control. But I want to see some variation on it. But look at Mutt already pushing straight up B. They know they're getting so much information. Aguila's going to be making the call. I'm sure he might have just caught a glimpse of at least one then. And he now knows the flood is coming. Schneider opens the door, says hello. And that's a 5v4. They should have the site under control.
Well, KILLERFISH, they don't need to commit to this. They're already being flanked by Mutt. Blade pushed up middle. Armin as well.
Oh my God, this
is going to be KILLERFISH completely closed in. They're going to be a fish caught in a barrel, and this should be OverGaming just completely mowing them down. Mutt is already pushed through Palace right behind Tossin, and KILLERFISH are taking so long to go for this push that Mutt's going to have all the time in the world to work with.
Assuming he doesn't mess it up, he's going to find Tarsin first and foremostly, and now down to just 2. He's got it all in his hands. Robson, what on earth are you doing? Robson, please. Matris now gets spotted. He does make the most of it, at least, as Johnny does go down. But now Mutt in a 1v2. His position is known. The game is up. Surely he cannot make this one work. Going to force Schneider out of his position. Gets attacked, gets the frag. Maybe it's not over just yet, but time is of the essence. He chimes in, he gets the kill, but I don't know if he can get to the bomb in time. I don't think he has this. Hopefully we can check in game again.
He does. Just barely. Just barely.
Oh my God, that was so goddamn close.
We really had a question, but he pushed that so slow through Palace. You had to have thought, oh, it's over. Robson, maybe if he didn't jump and fall and die.
Yeah, it might have helped.
Could have been a little bit different, but that was a great retake, and he made it work for them. Even Johnny getting a little bit of a laugh in there, but that was too close. That was really unfortunate, and I think KILLERFISH should just... Like, that should have been their map, or that should have been their round, because they had the bomb down. They got 2 great kills before Mutt even came into action. And yet he was just able to win out on the hand, or just the aim duels alone.
Yeah, it was really impressive play, considering he was able to bring it to almost 2 1v1s. Once his position was known, once they knew where he was, I don't know how they let it get to that predicament. Sure, Schneider got kind of forced out of his position by, I think it was the molly that he put down there toward maybe connector, but still, kicking themselves for that one.
OverGaming have won the last 6 rounds straight as well on top of this, so can they pull out the first half lead? Schneider getting very aggressive towards connector. What's about the first man? What a shot on Mutt. Look at the second. He will get Lowy down to a sliver of HP. And now RMN on towards short, able to get the kill on Tony. And a great refrag coming out of this man. But there we go. Johnny able to respawn 3 apiece. A lot of time left to work with. And the rest of Johnny's team are over towards A, where Agula is already waiting.
Yeah, Tarsin and Robson have a little bit of room to breathe, but not by much. Tarsin,
oh no, has he?
The smoke's worn out, and Aguila somehow finds that shot. That's brilliant. So clearly knowing that the T-side were looking towards A. Johnny and Robson, last 2 alive. I think Lowly just caught a glimpse of one, maybe in towards Palace, but Johnny's still there as well.
Robson only has that P250. He's going to be able to drop down. Aguila does pick up the kill onto him. Now it's all on Johnny in a 1-on-3. He's got the time. He's got the bomb. But is he going to have the aim when it counts? Can he pick up any of these kills? Lowly off to the side. 19 HP will be coming upstairs. A man towards shores where he spots him after he rushed down from stairs, and a great peek comes down out of Lowly to get OverGaming the first half lead at 8-7.
Yeah, 8-7. Considering the start of things here, it takes a team with real fortitude to keep themselves together, not let it get to their, get to them mentally, or, put them on tilt. They kept themselves cool, calm, and collected, and brought themselves back towards the lead. Whereas KILLERFISH still have a lot of rounds to work with here.
They've been really quiet since those first initial 7 rounds. Like, there's been a couple of close ones, yeah, but they've been struggling. And we kind of go back to the whole, was Schneider on the team? Is it kind of like a Puggy style? Do they really have like some solid strats to lay down? And you would assume so, considering they're able to beat Flipside 16-14. But we're into the pistol round, already into the second half. 8-7 lead for OverGaming. Let's see who's going to take this one. And you can already see 3 men waiting to hit towards A. All 5 now grouped up. Can KILLERFISH hold?
Let's find out. Tony's completely unspotted. He's got a little bit of free reign here. He only gets 1 out of that, but Johnny's going to do a lot better as does Schneider coming in with the work and actually catches a glimpse of another, but Schneider does go down, but 2 left standing. It's not a lot to work with against the 3, and the CT side are on the way back. But Blade, bomb, I'm not sure if it's pulling for him perfectly, but let's see what he can do with that Tech 9.
They do have the challenge on towards round. They're challenging both, and that will be an easy round for KILLERFISH. You can see them even trying to locate where that bomb is. So that's going to be another round picked up for KILLERFIsh. Finally, the first in such a long time. Now they're starting to get a little bit loud. That was their second pistol round actually able to pick up in this game. So the score could have been way different if they didn't get that early momentum. Here we go. Things all tied up, buying up. Actually, 3 M4s and a FAMAS for Schneider. Actually, 4
That's
M4s.
A massive
yeah, it's huge. And because the bomb is planted, so it looks like... actually, yeah, why would you not go for SMGs in this round when you can just mow them down, assuming they're not going to have head armor, thinking they're going to buy in the 3rd round? But they must know something we don't, and they have to be careful not to lose any of these guns.
Yeah, they really do. You can't afford to drop guns at this point. But Johnny will make light work of Lowly, and this should be a clean round. And there we go. Blade at least gets down 1, and if he gets any more, this is so expensive. Blade doing serious damage. That's 3 already for him. He hasn't somehow managed to pick up a gun out of that. But Robson and Schneider are in the completely wrong place as well.
The thing is, though, that was 3 M4s he killed. 3 M4s. Like, yeah, he was able to get the gun, but that's so damn costly for KILLERFISH, and considering they can buy in the next round anyways, they're going to have the advantage just based off of utility and kit-wise alone. And look at that. They have rotated back towards B. Blade. He should be able to get the bomb down for another round. And Schneider off towards short. Will he spot him out? Yep, does notice him, and he gets the kill. Great shot by Schneider to stop the bomb from being planted, but that was a fantastic round out of OverGaming. All the backup Blade.
I don't know what to make of that. I'm really... slightly worried for KILLERFISH if they're losing on things like this. If they're making this get this close in those rounds, I don't know. But anyway, Johnny's going to go for the P90 buy-up. The 4 M4s have returned, but the T-side have a lot more firepower this time. Galil with much risk, but it's not the end of the world. I'm sure he can do just wonderfully with it. And the T-side bombed down by B this time. 2 split towards the top of mid, taking their time, just in case there's another aggressive push-up or presence towards it. And then they can start trying to take map control.
Yeah, they even committed a flashbang to that too. Lowly actually flashing out Mutt to make sure to actually get there without taking any damage and gain early control that they're going to need when they want to rotate off. But again, they do have Blade down towards underpass. It's 3 men over towards there with Schneider, Johnny, and Tony. Tossin and Robson actually going to be sitting both watching Palace over at B, so Short's completely left open for him. OverGaming have a lot of time to work with, and they've shown that they can totally play a lot better, and they have KILLERFISH's number when they slow things down. On the T side, it's going to be a lot more difficult. And I want to say Blade's going to be flashing Short for his team. They have 2 men in B. Palace, they have 2 men on Short to push. Can Robson toss it? And now Schneider, who's rotated around, help out. Can they hold on to this?
Well, they almost have 4 players there for the CT side, so they've actually read it pretty well. Only Johnny left towards A, so Tony and Tarsin make the most of this one. Already on the site, in the right place, the right time. Robson comes in towards the matter, but still, they're so outnumbered here. Aguila has the bomb. If they take him down, that's going to be loose, and Blade's still en route. Aguila spotted out, 24 seconds. Great shots towards Schneider, but still 2 present on this side. 1 tucked in towards that box just behind him. Blade is there as well, but Aguila's not done just yet. He wants this, but will he expect Robson? No! 1v1 now, Robson against Blade. Who's going to get this? 10 seconds left. He has to push, and Robson laid in wait perfectly, and in the last couple of seconds did the damage required.
Considering how many people were there, that was way too close. You had KILLERFISH with basically all 5. 4 men were there to hold on to that initial push. OverGaming almost able to overpower them alone. Now going to be back on the save. KILLERFISH with a 2-round lead. And you can see the ump picked up, able to salvage an AK for Schneider. There's no header on the enemy team, so this could be a field day for John. He could be making tons of money off of this.
Then again, Blade does have a P250, so you never know.
Yeah, triple kill onto the M4s. And there we go. Tony does his first contact, gets second as well off towards Short. He will fall again. Another big gun now gone. And John is able to secure the first kill, yes, but you don't want to lose that big firepower that you can have. But now Mutt's been boosting the window. He's right behind Johnny. I think he has been spotted out by Tossin, and he will fall.
Yeah, got a little close. Schneider obviously on 25, Johnny on 29. A little bit too close for comfort there, but KILLERFISH keeping things together. But once OverGaming start getting those 4 buys, it's starting to build now. I'm a little worried. If KILLERFISH are getting this many close rounds when it's, you know, these kind of scraped together buys, when it's just pistols, maybe OverGaming have got a couple of tricks left up their sleeve here, but we're seeing Lowly and Mutt going straight towards mid. This time Tony has the AWP, and Schneider already looking quite aggressive here.
Yeah, you got Schneider there, you got Johnny to back him up, and Tony as well. They want this middle control. Even Amanda watch down towards underpass. This nade's going to do some decent work. Gets Lowly down very low, and the nade though returned right back onto Schneider's pocket. Down to 46 health, so he's forced to rotate back. They've actually left A completely open, so they're forced to go for a quote-unquote retake onto it. Okay, for them, OverGaming haven't actually been aggressive to his position. They want to lock down that middle control. And KILLERFISH, Schneider in window. This can actually be very deadly. They're not even looking towards this area. They're not looking towards position. If he comes in from the backside, they completely catch him off. 3 men pushing up towards connector. Johnny isn't even looking down towards him as they're behind that smoke. And the rest of the team of OverGaming are pushing over towards A ramp.
Oh, Johnny's going to have a field day. 1 goes down, but it's a 1-point exchange. But Tony was watching the play as well. Tony's surely going to follow up with another, but still, they're slipping through by ramp. 3 players in towards A now for the T side. Aguila does have the bomb, but here's Schneider coming into the party. Finally makes out a window, but Lowly finds the headshot out of nowhere. And now it's a 3v3.
The bomb still in the hands of Aguila. Hasn't gone down just yet. Tony, not going to be able to spot him. He's going to see the man towards ramp. He's not going to hit the shot, unfortunately. And Tossing, coming in from jungle, is going to be so instrumental this one. He looks up, there's this kill. He gets under Lowly. And now it's a 2-on-3 for OverGaming. Aguila, nice flash going to come in. He's going to be spot out and sandwich. Robson gets the kill. And it's the last man alive. RMN. Bomb is planted for him, but Tony will shut him down. And KILLERFISH, as you can hear, they're back on the momentum train, leading 12-8.
These guys, you don't need to give them an excuse too much to get that hyped up. They absolutely love it. But 12-8 is a really good scoreline. That's the first time you've seen them look quite strong when it comes towards keeping control of A, getting the defuse in, get those retakes going and playing it perfectly almost. But it got a little nerve-wracking when they're making it through connector and the T-side had taken control to a degree. But
especially Johnny, who just kind of only got 1 kill when he maybe should have gotten a little bit more.
Yeah, I was considering how the smoke working in his favor, but look at this stack towards Palace. This is insane. 4 players in Palace for the T side. Lowly by ramp. And maybe they feel as though they found a weakness here, but Johnny's going to, once again, make himself a real nuisance there. Does find one. He's going to be pushed up pretty damn far, and Tony at least spy them out now. The Molly's going to start doing damage. If he backs away, he has to stay here. Can't catch him on the way out, but Johnny again. RMN's gone down, and this man in the perfect spot does do so much work from behind the lines. As Mutt now last man standing, and he is locked out of this bomb.
Yeah, they're even on the already defusing. Robson sticking this one. He's being burned alive. 2 HP. Almost going down and losing the gun, but again, as you pointed out, yes, Johnny went down, but what he did was so impactful. He got the early kill, he pushed in towards ramp just to keep that pressure on because he only had one man there to defend against it. And because of that, they had to watch so many different angles and eventually lost the round in the end. 13-8. And I'm actually really surprised at the lack of like set executes towards A. We haven't really seen much at all out of either team.
No, it's been a far more focus towards mid these days. It looks like they occasionally work up towards A itself, you know, at the end. But once again, 3 players towards short. We've got Mutt, Lowly, and RMN there. But I want to see how they work out for this, the T side. They've seemed a little bit impotent in this one.
Mutt just pushed up very quickly up towards short. He actually wasn't even spotted out. He could have crossed in towards B where Tossin's only meant to defend. But again, like you're saying, back to that middle control, back to gaining control of this connector towards this middle area to maybe use it as a push-off point towards A or B. But most of the time, it's always been towards A. They've grouped up in connector. And Mutt is just looking for Tony. Oh, he spots him. He gets the spray. He gets the early kill as well. That entry frag going to come out pivotal for him in this round. But Schneider's not here to back up, or to back him up. And we'll get an easy kill in towards middle onto Lowly. Bomb rotating back towards A, though.
And Schneider almost, it was pre-aiming that spot. It was just like, he's going to repeat. But these guys are fluffing their lines so much right now. They both repeat at the wrong time. And had to kind of back away. But the T side decided they want to go towards A, but there's Johnny waiting. And Johnny, once again, in one of these spots, he's the man who's been screaming so loud. This is his opportunity to certainly deserve a bit of a cheer. But he goes down. RMN finds him so early on. He's completely lackluster in that situation.
Look at the HP, though, out of Blade and RMN. They're so low in health. Mutt's the only one who's very healthy, and he's still alive, as we're going to see RMN now fall. The bomb going to be planted 17 seconds ago. The smoke comes through. They're going to rush straight down onto this so they can kill him before he gets anything done. And Tossin coming from the back does get one. Mutt in a 1-on-2 gets the kill on a Schneider. Now looking for the last one, but Tossin will come up big, securing a double. And KILLERFISH onto that 14th round.
I love the way he goes from screaming super loud to looking like super focused. Like, it wasn't me, don't worry about it, guys. But KILLERFISH getting, as you said, a super important round there, and they definitely needed that. And it got very close again. These two teams, they're not too far apart here.
And KILLERFISH have yet to drop a CT round on top of this. They've won now 7 straight, just like they did actually on that T side.
Yeah.
But what are OverGaming going to do? Again, they've gotten the middle control. That's not the difficult part for them. No. They can pull that off. The problem is getting in towards A cleanly or getting in towards B. They always get shut down by KILLERFISH.
Exactly. It always seems like even in an afterplant, it's at best a 2v2. I don't feel they've ever had an advantage, but maybe they have a couple of times. But in my eyes, it never feels like it. But that's a good start there. Blade finding Schneider pushing through underpass is a perfect way for this to begin.
All right, well, let's see if they can work off of this, though. They've had the advantage before. They got the time and everything left to work with. Aguila's still working towards Palace, though, by himself. And Tony, I'll just get flashed on this position. Schneider, maybe down and out for this round currently. He's been really instrumental, I'd have to say, in their team. He's not the loudest one, but he's been so solid.
Yeah, really good backbone.
He's been really consistent for their team. But OverGaming, this is looking like it could be their round. They can just get on towards one of these sites, and it looks like it's going to come in towards A again. Johnny's going to be looking towards a Palace. Wheeler's going to be there to push out, and they're going to get overrun. They're not even looking towards Connector. Robson picking up the first kill towards Jungle. That's going to be Johnny securing a kill as well. He's down to 5 HP. Looking towards Ceres. He will fall to the Lowly. And now Tony, I think he just spotted a glimpse. But it's going to be up to Tossin and Tony on the 2-on-3 retake.
How did he not hit that? I thought that was on him, but now they need to find these players pretty darn fast. If they lose a 3v2, it's going to be a disaster, and it looks like it's happening again. And now Lowly left in a 1v2. Bomb is planted for him. He's pushed forwards, and Tony comes in with the shot. And that is exactly what they needed to get themselves even further in this game. And I think Schneider even just smiled then.
I didn't know that was possible.
Me neither, but it's happened.
This is really reminding me of the game we did earlier on, Peter up against Property, where Peter, they just couldn't seem to win out on the duels, so they had to play aggressive to catch them out. Now, OverGaming, they're struggling to win on the aiming battles, forcing them to play really aggressive towards middle, really aggressive on the takes towards A, and you can see the frustration on their faces alone. KILLERFISH are 1 round away from knocking out OverGaming to potentially get into the next major.
And losing those rounds as OverGaming were, those 3v2s, when they have the player advantage, is something you just can't afford to do in these sort of situations. But again, Mutt, aggressive up short. Nothing there to support him, tries to catch out someone, but Johnny this time a little too quick to the trigger, as Lowly now trying to pick up the mantle.
He's trying to do something, but he's getting burned completely into that corner. Johnny picks up another kill. He's not looking towards the back, though, and Lowly misses an opportunity to pick up an easy frag. Now Blade towards the top of the middle. Oh, nade. Schneider's just having a rough game with nades today.
Yeah, that molly as well.
But Aguila's still off towards Power. Schneider just trying to watch any sort of boost in towards window. They're 3 kills away from getting a step further in this tournament. And a step further to qualifying for this next major. Johnny completely bundled up. Nice kill out of Lowly, but they have a lot more else to pull off than this. Tony misses 2 big shots down to 1 HP. He's going to be rushed down, but he picks up the kill somehow on a Lowly. Now Aguila, he's going to find the return, but now it's a 2-on-2 somehow. And OverGaming, they have the bomb finally make its way up towards A-ramp, but you're going to have Tossin and Robson towards jungle, and I don't think the bomb can even cross. This is going to be so damn difficult to pull off.
It's going to be Robson holding this, and I'm pretty sure he knows the bomb isn't on site. I think he's found this out. He gets the tag, not the frag, goes back for seconds, and they close it. And that is exactly how KILLERFISH imagined that one going on that CT side. Almost and absolutely perfect in the end.
Oh, so damn well done by them in that one, and it came down almost to the wire in terms of how that T side went, but they really showed their true strength on that CT side, closing it out, and showed us why they were able to beat Flip side earlier on. And you know, Schneider has been a pretty good addition to the team. I don't know if he's a permanent member of the roster, you know, past the major, but he's definitely helped improve and take them to the next level. They were so lackluster for the Meisterschaft just this last weekend, or last week, but they've turned into a completely different team.
They really have, and Schneider did brilliantly himself as an individual as ever. Those opening rounds, was he like 6, 7, 0?
7-0, and he had $9,000 to spend into the fourth round.
He can be such an explosive player when he gets like that, and that's why I love watching the guy. But it wasn't just about him.
No.
The amount of times they won those 2v4s, 2v3s, they turned situations around that they had no right to have. And OverGaming, sadly, just let it slip.
Tossin, gotta give him a little bit of credit too.
Yes.
We talked about the 2-man squad of him and Schneider, and they definitely made it work when it counted. Again, you know, a really strong German team has always been on the cusp of, you know, beating Mouse Sports, you know, beating Penta to be up there. And they've definitely shown, well, they've progressed further than Penta. They've definitely shown they can be a team to beat, and, you know, give them a little bit more time. If they stick with this roster, they could easily be, you know, a high-tier team.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Can they stay together? Will they keep playing under this roster?
That's the story of the German scene.
Isn't it
Can
always?
They stay together?
Yeah, it always seems to go that way. It's like they have one really good tournament, they have a really good run in a tournament, and then suddenly it all falls apart. But whatever they put together for this event really does work quite well. They have such an explosive style that I think they can be very pleased with how they showed in this game.
I'm a little bit worried, though, when it comes up to a team like Kingwin or Dignitas. Is this style going to work? It's very puggy, like we were saying before. But when you get a team who's really disciplined, a team who can win the aim battles and match you every time, can they, you know, work the strategy and the synergy together that they have been able to really build?
And you've got to look at what their probably comfortable map pool is probably very close to that of your Kingwins or your Team Dignitas.
Yeah.
So I feel that's going to be such a tough one to deal with. And this is when Robson, in my eyes, made such a really important play. Just keeping aware that the bomb wasn't on site. You know, why haven't they planted yet? Okay, it's because they're not there. All right, let's watch that cross. And they deserved every second of that. And
they did, and we have another exciting game coming up after this. It's going to be Dignitas up against Kingwin. We're finally going to find out our first team from Group A and our first team from Europe.
That's a massive game as well.
We're getting through into the major. That's going to be a crazy game. But, you know, Pansy, KILLERFISH, do you think they have what it takes to maybe get there? There's still a lot of good teams for them to go through.
They're going to have to dig so deep. I know there's me selling a dream. I can sell a dream, but I think with the similar map pools I feel they might be comfortable on, they're going to have a really rough time. So if they're going to pull out something, it has to be their best game.
All right. Well, we will hear from them in just a second. We're head over to Demon, who has an interview with the man from KILLERFISH.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, Johnny is joining me from KILLERFISH. One of the most vocal members of the team, I think it's safe to say. We've all seen you stood up and cheering. Let's start things off with the previous match, Flipside. Obviously, a big shock, I think, certainly for any fans out there. Flipside weren't expecting you to take that one. Just take us through that map, because it was Mirage as well.
We knew that we're going to play Mirage against them, and we kind of looked through their demos, not too much, because we want to play our own game style, and we don't care about how they play. If we play like we usually play, we can beat anyone, especially in a best of one. Everything can happen, and yeah, I don't know, we won the first half 10-5, yeah, okay. And then we lost some crucial rounds we should never lost, and yeah, we could have close it out earlier, but in the end we won, and that is what matters. So.
And obviously I wanted to ask you about that because you started off strong in that game, as you did in this one. You were at 7-1, it went all the way back to 8-7. What was going wrong in the first half?
I don't really know. They changed their play style. Like, they knew how we were playing, and it kind of took us off, and we couldn't manage to play something else. We forced to try our normal rounds and how we play, and that didn't work. So in the end, we won, but it was close. It should have never been, but what can I say? They played very good, and we played better. Not better. Like if we played better, then we would have won like 16-5. Yeah. But could have been, of course.
Now, obviously, you've come into this tournament having to pick up Schneider as a replacement, a substitute coming in. Did that force you guys to speak English in comms? Because we noticed you are talking English, or is that something you did beforehand?
No, we never spoke English. Like, I'm new to the team as well, but all the guys are capable of speaking English, and they don't feel uncomfortable doing it. And it's hard, of course, if you like your whole life you spoke German in game, and those key communication things where you just say something what's in your mind, and you need to translate it, and then you have like a dictionary in your head, what's the wrong or the right word, and that's a little bit hard. But I think like Schneider is a very good player. He's capable of like, he sees what we are doing, and then he's doing like the opposite or the right thing for it. And that helps, that he's such a good player, and that's what we wanted, and that helps a lot.
Yeah, something I've noticed, obviously, with teams when you do have different languages come together, is you'd have different names for areas. Has that been a problem at all when you've trying to call a kill area or something else? Someone's in XYZ? Like, for example, I know for a fact from playing with Germans, like they were called barbecue pit, which totally confuses you. You don't have any of those weird issues.
Before the event, we went through all the stuff, and we told them like, this is that, and like in Sweden they have similar calling styles, like for positions, but we told him what is this and that, and he said, okay, all right, yeah.
Okay, he goes with that. So obviously looking forward to the next matchup. It's going to be between Property or Flipside. Who would you prefer out of those? I mean, both are pretty tricky ask. You've already beaten Flipside once. Could do it again?
To be honest, like, I already played against Flipside. I want to beat the Swedes. Like, I love playing against Swedes because they're so strong on the internet, and I want to meet them at LAN. Especially, I know some of the guys. We are playing a lot against each other, and I hope we can. I really think we're gonna meet Property because they're playing very good, and Flipside without Simple.
And finally, winner brackets coming up right now. It's going to be between Dignitas and Kinguin. Any thoughts on that game?
I don't know. It's hard to say without even knowing the map. Do you know it? No. Let's say Dust 2. Yeah. Dust 2. I don't know how Dignitas plays on Dust 2, but Kinguin are very good on it, especially with having so many different players and capable of like winning rounds on themselves. So I put my coin on Kinguin.
Well, there we go. Let's see how it works out. That is going to be the next match, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after the break. It is going to be Kinguin versus Dignitas.